My name's Claire Clotty and I'm here with Brothers with No Game, and of course here with guys who do have a lot of game for So He Says Season 2, and we are looking at The Situation. Fellas, you're in a relationship for 6 months. Okay, he's single, but you're in a relationship. Just picture this, right? She tells you after 6 months that she was born a man. What do you do?
Chris, you want to take that one?
I heard...
I need a minute.
There's a few questions, obviously.
Yes.
I have to ask myself. The first one is, how did I not notice any clues? Because
Listen, science is moving fast nowadays.
What are you doing for
mean-
half a year?
Well, maybe you've not been intimate, and maybe you've been getting to know each other.
Okay.
You haven't been intimate in 6 months? Oh,
No,
we're
he-
going to
he-
get there.
He just hasn't got to know anybody. That's the lie. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's a few questions I have to ask myself. Number one, why don't I have any idea about this whatsoever? Did I check for Adam's apple? Did I not? What haven't I been doing? You know? No, Gauchoid, no, it's not. You know.
Stop now. That
Sorry,
word.
sorry,
Banned.
sorry,
Okay?
Sorry. And then, yeah, that couldn't work for me.
Really?
No, principally because
Why would we like that?
I would probably want to have children. And as far as I know, science hasn't moved so far,
It's not there.
Nearly there.
that
Yeah.
men can conceive.
Okay, but what about a medical situation where, you know, a baby was born with both productive systems, hermaphrodite, actually a hermaphrodite, and, you know, she's just letting you know
That she is a
that
hermaphrodite.
this is what happened and this is why I can't conceive, but I am very much a woman.
Again, this is a spiritual thing for me. I don't let your mind fool you. A man once
Ever.
told me. And my mind may fool me into thinking this could work. But knowing that it's been there, it's like whenever I used to hear guys say, oh yeah, they had a threesome and it was 2 guys and a girl. Why do I want to see my friend naked? I'm good. We played football. I may have seen that in the shower, but in my personal environment, high-fiving each other, that's what's going to replay in my mind. So I wouldn't
Okay.
want my mind to fool myself into thinking it could work for me. Because
It's a spud. It's a spud.
I'm not even sure what you're saying right now, but
We should have dropped that.
That
in
hand
man
action, that hand action was just all kinds of wrong. Now I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
What are you doing there?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Ruben,
I would feel very much deceived. So this lady, did she ever actually have an actual cock?
she was born a man.
So she was born a man, so it's on a tuck tin. Where is it?
It's got,
Where is it?
I don't know what stage along her transition she is, but
Because I'm
relationship.
really spending half a year building towards some sort of marriage or something. So this is real now. Yeah, I'd be upset, and I'd be upset with her for lying to me, because when I'm all about, it's all about honesty, like explicit honesty. There would have been a time where I would have asked something similar, even in jest, and you should have told me half a year in that you were born a man.
how do you ask that in jest? I mean, I know you're an incredibly accomplished comedian, but
You're an idiot.
how do you
I've done
slip?
5-minute stand-up.
And it was incredibly
Open mic
accomplished.
nights.
It was in front of me. I saw it.
Oh,
It's
there
great.
you go. That's all that matters.
How do you slip that gently into conversation? Hey, babe, I had such a hard day at work today. Oh, no, Robbins, he was getting on my nerves. By the way, have you ever had a penis? I
don't know, but I would have got some vibes. Some
I see,
dick
yeah.
Okay,
vibe.
but on a really serious tip.
Yeah.
Serious tip. Okay,
Right.
so we think about situations where a woman has had a really traumatic personal experience. I'm not relating this, you know, being, you know, transitioning from one gender to another as a traumatic experience. I don't know because I've not been there. However, let's think about something like a miscarriage, for example.
Right.
At what point in a relationship would you expect to know that? In 6 months of getting to know each other? or-
Yeah, that's very relative. That's subjective, man, because that's a very personal thing, isn't it? Down to a woman. So if she doesn't want to give that information out, I could never hold that against her. Right? That's her business. That happened before me. But if we're looking to build something together, and you tell me, oh, by the way, get up off that one knee for a second. I used to be a man. I'm gonna have a problem with it, man. Sorry.
But it was before.
Yeah, but still,
In the
it's not.
past.
It's like, okay,
She's had all
your
the
past doesn't
surgery.
necessarily. That's fine. Your past doesn't at all, in my opinion, mean doesn't. It doesn't matter because in the past, like, that's how I look at it, right? A lot of people don't look at that. They say, "Oh, the past is who you are." I don't really care too tough about that. But we're talking about moving forward now, because in my mind, I'm aware that you were the same sex as me, and because I am still not that enlightened, that I'd have a problem with that.
Get it
I'm
real.
only human, man. I will.
Her mum or her dad really can't stand you. Doesn't like you. You come in the house, you feel the vibe. How do you manage that situation?
Yeah, I always think that it's a natural rite of passage that her dad would hate me anyway. Because if I have a daughter, I fully intend to despise any man she.
Yeah.
I've always said, you're talking like as you get through the door that they look at you, look, not this guy.
Or yeah, or even you've been dating her for a while and dad just don't like you.
Younger me would not give a hoot. Would be like, whatever, that's their business. I'm here for you. They'll get used to me eventually, or they won't. Whatever. Older, more mature me, who's now like, I've got a niece and nephews and whatever, and my own son and whatever. My thing is more, alright, just for the harmony of things, let's find ways for you to like me. So I had a situation where someone's dad thought I'd been disrespectful to them by not coming over and having a one-to-one conversation with them, but I was actually ill on that day, so I couldn't get out of my seat. So I made a journey one night all the way from East London to deepest, darkest Mordor, also known as Elephant and Castle, and spent an evening with this guy drinking and whatever, and yeah, we got on like a house on fire after that. So yeah, like the more mature me now would try and make that effort and try and make things, because it's supposed to be, we're all coming together as one, is the idea. So we've kind of got to build a some kind of unified force so that like we can all be happy together, and I haven't got to be sitting in my house when they come around thinking, oh God.
I can't wait to discuss marriage. That's up next.
Believe it or not, yeah, I'm actually quite an old school guy when it comes to like family and parents. And
Everyone together.
Get out of here, man. So I would make it my business to go straight up to their parents and connect if that was my girlfriend or someone I'm seeing. And
Force the
everyone's
connection. So what are you into, man? What do you like to do? How's the Arsenal doing? You're not an Arsenal man, you're a Tottenham man. Maybe I can get you some tickets. Do you like comedy?
You've seen me in action.
I hate to cut you off, but you have to be very careful with that. I
But
thought.
I'm not begging it, though.
No.
It
I'm
sounds
not
like
going to
you're
go
begging
in there.
it,
No,
though,
but
No,
I
no.
don't. There's an art to it, I think. There is just, hello, just to let you know, I'm Ruben, this is da-da-da-da-da. I'm not going to go too ham, and then I'll just move off. But I always expect parents to be having just watching over their kids, right?
Absolutely.
Not that I date kids, but their offspring.
I don't think anybody thought that. But
Alright.
I was just going to say, as an aside to what you just said there, why I said be careful is because I thought I'd go for that confident approach once. Not crazy like that, but literally just, gosh, I have to pray she's not watching this either. Literally was in the house and Dad came in and I offered a hand to shake.
You just stare at the hand.
Did he spud the shake? Like, boy, oh.
Do you know what it was? It wasn't even that. It was that afterwards, I think he did limply shake my hand. Afterwards, she said to me, yeah, you know, you shouldn't really have offered your hand to shake. And I was like, really?
Oh my God.
And she was like, yeah.
The culture thing.
You should allow the dad, the senior person,
Yes, to
have the
approach you.
choice.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, I thought had I not done that, that would have been rude.
Yeah, because where you come from, that's your
Absolutely.
your process,
to just
right?
stand there stiff like this
Yeah.
would have just been really awkward. So yeah, you have to be a little bit
Yeah.
careful.
Thanks, guys.
Okay,
It's
wonderful.
funny you said actually.
Wonderful.
I've got one more thing to add to that. It's funny you said it. Same, very similar situation, and saying like about culturally. So there was someone I was seeing actually when we last filmed this, and she was like, "Look, I need you to come and meet my father." This and that. Alright, cool. And she was like, "He's a very traditional guy." I said, "Okay, cool, whatever." When we got to the house, I couldn't go in because I was driving. I had to drop something off, so I was like, I just waved from the front door. So as I'm driving back down the A406 now, get a call. Yeah, you're going to need to come by on the weekend because they weren't happy with the way that you just waved and didn't come into the house. So you've now upset them and offended them. So, do what? I was like, I'm not not taking that. Like, that's you being silly. So I then get a phone call later on during the week. Right, cool. We're going for a barbecue, and I need for you to go and buy meat and beer. I was like, what? I don't drink beer. It's like, you need to buy. It goes. It's an offering. Like, you need to turn up to the house with an offering.
Supermalt as well. No, sorry.
Yes, it was. And then literally I sat down with her father, and I actually even brought it up with him later on once we was a couple of cans in, and I said to him, look, I don't even drink beer. I'm actually doing this because I actually want to impress you. I'm more of a rum man. He's like, you should have bought rum. I was like, and we sat down and we spoke, but he was saying to me even afterwards, he was like, yeah, he goes, that little gesture that you did, he goes, that meant more, because that first time I was like, how could you not even come to the door of my house? I was like, because I wasn't invited to the door of your house. But yeah.
A woman has a tattoo on her lower back. I know, ladies, it was the thing 10 years ago. Is it still a thing now? I don't know. But this tattoo is of her ex-boyfriend's name. And you noticed this tattoo whilst in a certain intimate position. How do you handle it?
Good choice of words.
Ruben.
Good choice of
It's
words.
straight to me. You know. What's his name? How long is his name?
It's very long. It's Alexander.
Alexander the Third. Alexander the Third.
Alexander Jr.
I'll just be screaming it out just to mess everything up. Alexander Jr., yeah? You want to keep it on your back, yeah? This is what happens. Because I'll read stuff. I don't know, Claire. Like, oh, gosh. Alexander Jr. All right, let's look at this. Okay, look at that. Alexander Jr.
What is this? Stop it.
Would you not just simply close your eyes?
No, because Alexander Jr. will always be there. And you have to accept that. And you're not Alexander Jr., you know? Even the mirror's there, you keep looking at it. You're not Alexander Jr., are you?
You weren't good enough to leave your name there.
Well,
Is that
Leave
how
other
you see
things.
it?
But that's what I'm saying.
Stop.
That's what I was saying.
no, I don't know. So what are you saying, how I'd feel about it?
How would you handle the situation? That's the first time you
Yeah.
noticed that tattoo.
Yeah, I mean,
She's told you she's
Okay.
got one on her lower back.
I'd finish, because I ain't a dickhead. And then later on, we'll talk about Alexander Jr. Now, if we were together, do you know, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even expect her to necessarily remove it. Because that's you, that's who you were, that's part of what made you you. Cool. It's like, maybe I'm just either that old and I've dropped my standards, or I'm that wise now that these things don't really bother me. Jimmy Swagger.
Yeah.
I've actually been there.
Was it Alexander Jr., yeah?
No, it wasn't. It was.
it Ruben Christian?
Literally. It was. Nah. I'd know if it was, but no, it was. It was literally an initial. And I remember during sex, I actually asked. I said, like, what? Like mid-stroke? Like, what's that?
Mid-stroke.
Yeah, I was.
Was it on the pullback or the...
I can't
What's
remember. I can't remember.
Where was it? Because I haven't done that, Jimmy.
No, it was. It was.
Pullback.
You know when you're balancing. Just.
Oh,
yeah.
right, midway.
Yeah. So I actually asked, like, I was like, so what does that stand for? Because I know it's not your name. I know your full name. Is that, what is that? And she's like, oh, da, 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 da. And like, we were still in the midst of it.
Oh, wow.
And I said to her, cool. So
multitasking,
basically,
right?
that's the challenge now. Yeah, I have to get my name on there. It improved the sex. It was a funny thing.
Oh, my
It was a funny thing.
Jimmy. Truly troubled
And
man.
I found a joy in spanking the cheek that letter was on. It was kind of like a slap in the face, isn't
So
it?
if that was a voodoo tattoo,
That's
he'd
what I'm
get
saying.
slapped. Wherever he
Yeah.
is at work, he'll just feel one
That's what
piece
I'm
of
saying,
Jimmy,
yeah.
two pieces of Jimmy like that.
Yeah.
That's all right.
One of your friends, one of your closest female friends, she is in a relationship. You know the guy because she's introduced you to the guy, and you discover through the grapevine, or you know, that the guy is cheating on your friend. What do you do? How do you handle the situation?
It's funny because I'm in this very situation, or I was. And I think what it boils down to is you need proof. That's the first thing. And it's very hard when you know someone's cheating to offer proof unless it's a videotape or, do you know what I mean? You need solid proof, because just to say, I know this is going on, break that person's heart, break up the relationship, and possibly, very possibly, my limited experience with very close female friends is they'll just go, you're lying, what are you talking about, that's not possible. you've
And you
got
could
it wrong.
potentially lose your friend.
friend. Yeah.
That was the final and the most hurtful thing I was going to say. So, in answer to your question, Claire, I think what I would do is I would discuss with my friend how the relationship's going.
Like, is this thing serious? Like, how do you feel about him?
I'm assuming
Like,
they're very close
yeah.
and or married, which
like,
is really
yeah.
sad. I discuss where it's going because, again, what I've learned from, I know nothing about women, but what I've learned from women is that quite often women know things are going on anyway. Like they
Turn a
kind of
blind eye to it.
they either turn a blind eye or they've decided to settle for a certain level of behavior. You know, guys, we also settle for a certain level of behavior, but it's usually a higher standard than the last girlfriend. And do you know what I mean? It's that we never dip. There's no way guys will ever dip. We just keep getting higher and higher or worse and worse. But it doesn't dip. Do you know what I mean? Our last girlfriend ain't gonna treat our next girlfriend ain't gonna treat us as bad as the last one did. Hell, no way. That's not happening. But women seem to have a different outlook. So I need to talk to her. What's going on? Where are you in this? How serious is this? How do you feel about him? And see what goes on in that conversation. That's what I do. That's it.
Okay. Ruben.
And in this scenario, it's the friend is my girl. My friend is a girl.
Yeah, she's your
And-
homie.
Right, she's my homie, and the guy, I don't necessarily know the guy. Is that
Ruben,
correct?
my dude, Claire Clotty's dude,
Right.
is cheating on her.
Jeez.
Never.
And I've introduced you to him, and I'm very proud and excited about this relationship. Ruben, you're my G. Ruben,
Right,
you're my
I
guy.
am your G.
Yeah.
This is true, Claire. I will offload that responsibility onto one of your female friends, who then will make it their business to tell you anyway. But then I'll stay one step ahead of that by using someone else in between that to tell your friend so it gets back to you. So in my mind, in the long term, I'm doing the right thing, but I'm cleanly out of there's no reprisals for me.
But you've just shared
But then
it
at
with
the
everyone.
same time, to an
Announced
extent,
it
to an
to everyone,
extent, to an
broadcasted
extent. All right, yeah, all right. I'll
the
lose the middle
business.
guy, and I'll just go for your friend.
That's still a middle guy, though, isn't it? That's still you.
Still
offloading
spreading
to,
business.
Yeah, that's still telling someone.
Are you hearing what you've been told?
All right,
Ruben?
cool. All right, because there's a horrible, like, there's a part of my mind that will say, you know what, Rubes? Okay, you found out that this guy is cheating on Claire, but you don't know if Claire's doing the same thing to him. So maybe it's okay. So stay out of it.
Ruben, it's
Stay out of
Claire
it.
Clotty, and I'm your friend.
Really?
And you
Jesus.
know Claire Clotty.
It's very hard to answer, but I'd very likely. I don't know, because there's some guys out
I'm
there.
looking you in the eye, Ruben.
I know,
I'm really looking at you.
There's some guys out there going, don't tell her, bro, don't tell her. I know you're out there, and you're coming for me after this. Arsonists. Let's be on fire or something. I'd like to think I would tell you. That's my final answer. I'd like to believe that I would tell you. I would like to believe that I'd tell you.
The worst thing that could happen if you tell her is what?
Worst thing that can happen. Well, the obvious thing is that she's gonna now. I am the catalyst for a massive dip in her life. So I'm the catalyst that started that downward dip. I understand being a strong woman, you being a strong woman that you are, you'd get through that. But I'd be the catalyst to start that off, and that's just not a nice thing to know that I'd done.
But then you've got to counterbalance that with, if he's been cheating, he is cheating, he's going to potentially continue to cheat. What you're doing is prolonging the pain for her.
Yeah,
That's the
but
counterbalance.
also then we could also argue that she might accept that behavior. She may have accepted that behavior in the past, and I don't know what's going on in their relationship. Do you know what I mean? So I
Goes
might
back to
even
Chris's
so I might
question.
play that card and just get the hell out of there.
Basically, you need to run.
I just run.
Yeah. Jimmy, what would you do?
Me, call me Daddy Snow, innit? I'm an informer.
Said it was such pizzazz.
Snitch!
Daddy Snow.
Straight
you know?
snitch.
I will never call you Daddy Snow.
Don't even care.
So you're just gonna...
Disgusting.
Yo, Claire, this is the deal. Bun it.
This
Dead it.
president.
Move on. You can do better, Claire.
Yeah.
Would
Simple.
you?
Like, dude's dipping on you. Come on now. If you're my friend and you're my primary friend in this situation,
I feel
over this
bad, man.
dude,
I feel like a waste
I'm telling
man,
you,
actually.
innit? I'm telling you, because it's the same way. If it was one of my boys and I saw his girl out doing the same thing, I'm telling him straight.
What if your boy was cheating on his girl and you knew his girl, but you
Other way
knew your
around?
boy first?
Boy,
Exactly. So that's a scenario.
it's not snow in that situation. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
now.
you're not gonna.
So the bro code kicks in for that one. What kicks in for that
no,
one?
no,
What
but
Well,
no,
kicks
well,
in?
no,
with
what
the-
you're saying is the primary friend is the guy.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Once again, it is about the primary friend.
primary.
So it's the same way. Like, so yeah, there has been situations where I've been in that, and I've said I've said to someone like where someone was about to be the catalyst for the cheating,
Right.
and I said to them like, by the way, this person has actually got someone. So I said like, but you didn't hear that from me because I don't want to hear that feedback. But have the conversation. Innit?
You know what you could do?
And
Anonymous
feed
letter.
But that's what I'm saying. You feed seeds.
anonymous
Write it
letter.
on a piece of paper, dash it in the
Nah.
girl's house.
You're
and get
showing
the
your
hell out.
age.
No,
Get the
you're
hell out
showing-
of
you're
there.
just showing what Karen, you're all about.
No, because
running.
what happens? What happens then is you've
Yeah.
done the goodwill, right? You've done the goodwill.
In an obscure,
this woman now
disturbing
knows
way.
that this is not right for her, and she's gonna
Yeah.
sort that
But
business
she doesn't
out.
know who the letter came from. She could just.
It
think it's
doesn't matter.
some-
So she does the digging. She realizes it's true. So in essence, the letter was correct.
The funny thing is,
That's
I hear
sorted
why
out,
you're
and
saying
I'm-
run
and I'm
because
free.
you always end up being now involved in that relationship, and you're also now
Yeah,
the.
you're just a hater guy.
It's those ones. Isn't it? So when they're sitting down having that big argument now, it's like 1 second, let me call him and he'll tell you what he saw.
Yeah,
and now
you're
you're on
that
the
guy.
phone,
You're
and this
that
guy's
guy.
like, I hate you and I hate everything about you.
That's it, man.
And they fix it, and then they get back together,
Messenger.
and
Then you don't get invited to
Carrier
barbecues
pigeon
no
that
more.
shit, mate.
I want a straight, honest answer. She asks you whether she's the best you've ever had. Do you tell her the truth or not? Keep it real, really succinct.
No, I
Straight
don't
to the
tell her.
point.
No, I don't tell her.
Okay, I'm not going to ask why.
I've had this conversation with a girl before. She says in this scenario, I must white lie. I don't like white lying, so I would probably say no. If it was no, I'd say no, but, and then bring it back up.
But these are the
But
things
if
you do
it was
great.
a yes, I would say yes.
Okay.
Or you could say that's the best I've had today, or this week,
Ruben
this hour,
Christian.
depending
So
on how much
bury
of a
yourself.
mag
says-
you are in this bit.
No, you never compare. Never a good idea to compare.
Wise man. That's true.
that was the situation with Brothers with No Game.